1, 2, 3.
He's a shy cat. You're supposed to be a representation of the devil, but clearly you're just a baby. On today's episode of Free Unsolicited Cooking Knowledge, I'll be making my peach habanero hot sauce. Isn't that right, Poe? Welcome back, my little spoons. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I'm what? The missing ingredient to your kitchen. On today's episode, we are going to make my peach habanero hot sauce. I have been asked by many friends to share this recipe. So since I just harvested all my homegrown habaneros, I figured why not get this out for my harvest season series. The peaches are not from my garden because I don't have a peach tree, but I did get it from the farmer's market. I understand the peach season is basically done, but there are some vendors that still have late ripened peaches. So thank God for that. It is what I like to call the devil hot sauce. It is hot, but it is fresh and sweet as well, and it is just a great combination. All the ingredients are listed down below, and basically, yeah, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get into it. Here we are. You're only gonna need about 1/4 of a orange bell pepper. Yeah, I'm just gonna cut that. I'm just gonna cut all the nasties. Also, it doesn't have to be orange. I just personally like the orange. You can do red, you can do green. Just as long as you have some sweet pepper in your recipe, you're good to go. And I'm just gonna kind of chop it into like little cubes, if you will. All right, we're gonna set that aside. Like a 1/4 cup. Your next ingredient is going to be crushed garlic. You got an entire garlic bulb. This is not a garlic clove. I just thought I'd let y'all know that because I feel like some people who aren't like in tune with cooking realize that this is an entire garlic bulb. The clove is what you break apart. Ooh, so like this. So I have 2 garlic cloves. So a trick to kind of getting the skin off your garlic clove is to take your anger out and smash the clove between the knife and the cutting board. Be careful not to like slice your finger. And it just comes right off like so. I'm just gonna cut the end off because it's dry and nasty. I'm gonna hit it one more time because I want 2 like fully crushed garlics. Oh, it smells so good. I did not grow that garlic. I just thought I'd let y'all know that. My plan is to grow garlic because I actually have some big news I've been kind of holding back on because I really didn't want to announce it and then it not come through. The big news is I am back in school and I'm getting my horticulture diploma. So with that said, I am basically planning to revamp my entire farm. Now, mind you, this may take several years. Actually, I'm in the process of soil testing right now, but this is like the start of basically what I've been wanting to do my whole life, and I'm doing it. I am overloaded with work, but it's work that I love, and I'm learning so much about my property and so many things that I'm filling the holes of why things didn't work out with certain crops, and it's exciting, and I can't wait to share my journey with you along the way. I have some videos planned because I also want to educate as I'm becoming educated on some cool things that I'm learning. So if you are subscribed to this channel as just a cooking show, expect cooking content, but there may be some farm content in there as well, and I hope you enjoy it. I'm sorry if you don't, but it's all going hand in hand so that I can do my farm to table cooking for you and show you how to harvest properly and preserve, and like there's just so many aspects of this schooling that I'm just super excited about. But yeah, enough of my yapping. I'm glad I got to tell you the news. Moving on to your next ingredient, which is, actually I don't even know. Oh, sweet onion. So we have a sweet onion. Again, I had to purchase this at the store. Not for long, my little spoons, not for long. So basically we're gonna do 1/4 of an onion, sweet onion. Also, onions are never a waste because I put them in everything basically. All right, we have 1/4 of an onion. I'm just gonna peel this skin off. And we don't really have to dice it or anything. If you are new here, this is how you cut an onion. You keep the root attached because that will keep your layers attached. So when you slice it, it doesn't fall apart. Should have mentioned that as I was cutting it, but yeah, keep the root attached. It will make your life a million times easier. So basically, we're just gonna slice, chunks of this. Again, probably about 1/4 cup of sliced onions. My eyes. I'm not crying, you're crying. Oh my God, that's powerful. Dear Lord. Okay, hold that thought. Okay, the next two ingredients, I did some prep work on it, and I think that this adds a little extra something to the hot sauce, and that is grilled peaches and grilled pineapple. So as you can see, I went ahead and did that. This is what it looks like. Basically, you just want to get a nice char. I might peel some of that off, but you kind of want to just grill it. Get some nice dark marks on it. So yeah, I grilled it. Some of it has like a little bit of too much char, but it's beautiful because the skin, it just like peels right off. And the reason I do this is to kind of add that smoky flavor to the sauce and really pull those sugars and kind of caramelize those sugars from the fruit. So the recipe calls for 1 peach and a 1/4 cup of pineapple. I mean, I grilled the whole thing because I just love pineapple. So basically a slice like this, and I'm just gonna slice it into chunks. And if you don't have a grill or you don't have time, you could kind of bake these. I suppose you could use liquid smoke. That's like an additive you could add to your hot sauce. I've never used it, so I don't know how it would taste. Now that that is done, we are going to prep for the devil peppers. I'll be right back. So the next step calls for slicing and deseeding 6 orange or red or a mixture of both habanero plants. Yes, use protection, because if you use your raw hands, not only does it burn because it's such a hot pepper, I don't know, we're just prone to like touching our face and mouth and things like that, and let me tell you, it burns, and I swear you can go blind. So I have 6 habaneros that I grew. I just wanted to also explain the Scoville scale, which is the amount of heat a pepper produces. Just for reference, a jalapeno is about 5,500 on a Scoville scale, and these devil peppers called habaneros are about 100 to 150,000 on a Scoville scale. So yeah, they're hot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slice the stems off, I'm gonna slice them in half, and I'm gonna scoop the seeds into my bowl. And I'm gonna do this very carefully. And this is the last step I do in prepping, so that everything that's contaminated in this heat goes straight into the, the dishwasher, because contamination is a real thing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. And you know what? I would suggest eye protection because sometimes they can be juicy. And obviously I have my glasses on. And usually I would save the seeds for planting for next year, but I have lots that I can pull from still. It's already burning my eyes, like, sheesh. I'm not gonna lie, the smell of habaneros is not one of my favorites. They just smell weird. Like in the hot sauce, they taste great, but there's just something about this that just is like, it's got an odd smell. God, it's like being pepper sprayed.
Reference. The second from the top, and it's 2 million on the Scoville.
Oh, all right. Well, I was just informed that pepper spray is 2 million on the Scoville scale, which is interesting because I've been around pepper spray and for some reason it didn't really bother me. Thanks, police training. I didn't get sprayed in the face. I just would like to say I was just around it. I coughed a little, but I can imagine it being crazy. What's number 1 on the Scoville scale? Okay, now that I'm done that, Cody has informed me that the hottest pepper is the Carolina Reaper pepper, and that sits at 2.2 million on Scoville, so that's pretty hot. Now that I am done that, I'm going to literally kind of clean everything, and then I will show you the next step. Be right back. The next step is with Hell's Gate, as usual. So basically you're gonna grab a frying pan that's going to fit all your ingredients that you just prepped. And remember, your pan has to have some kind of iron in it so that your induction oven works. If it's on a stovetop, doesn't matter. So I'm going to put this on and I'm going to put it at like a medium high heat. So now that that's heating up, we're going to just add your white onion and garlic to that to get that softened. And I am not using my hands because who knows the cross-contamination at this point. Okay, we got the onion and now the garlic. Break it up. Now that that's in there, we're gonna add about a teaspoon of salt. We're just gonna sprinkle that on. It's going to pull the water from the onions as well. You know what, I might just add like a little bit of water just to add water. Hang on, there we go. I'm so used to making this in like bigger batches that like the salt pulls the water, but it's just a little 1/4 of a sweet onion. And I'm just gonna put a lid on that let that steam soften up for about, I don't know, 5 minutes, and we'll be back to show you what to add next. Okay, so that has been cooking for a few minutes. I added a little splash of water just to get a little more steam going in that. The onions are more soft and a little more translucent. And now that that's kind of like steamed out, I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. I also moved this aside because I just feel like I've been cooking and filming through steam the last few videos. Be very careful with your habaneros. And get all the juices from the peach, from the pineapple, mix that around. Now that that's all added, we're gonna go ahead and add a teaspoon of ground cumin. God, that smells so good. I really want taco night now. All right, we're just gonna sprinkle that on. Or you know what, just do the whole thing. Just fell right in. And then just some fresh ground pepper. Kind of just cover it. And then we're gonna mix that. Oh my God, the steam, my nostrils. Woo! Woo, child. I'm gonna lower the heat. Now that that's mixed, I'm gonna add the lid. I'm gonna let that kind of sit and roast for a couple of minutes. Then I'm just gonna add periodically like splashes of water, get the steam going. So this step is to make sure that all your ingredients are softened and cooked and cohesive. And basically what's gonna happen after this is we're gonna end up blending it up, but you want it nice and cooked and charred and not raw, just to add that extra bit of flavor. So I'm gonna let that go. Every few minutes I might splash some water in there to get some steam going, but it's just gonna evaporate anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, with that said, I'm gonna let that cook, as the kids say these days, and we'll be back for the next step. Okay, it has been about 15 minutes. I don't know, I wasn't really counting. Basically, I've added water 2 to 3 times every time it evaporated, just so like the bottom becomes deglazed and nothing was sticking, making sure that nothing gets burnt as well. Everything in the pan is cooked. What you're looking for is this. It's like softened. Basically, everything is easily, you know, smushed. All right, so the next step is going to be blending this together into a smooth sauce. I have my little Ninja. I guess I could use my little like hand blender, but I feel like this is too much, and because it's hot, I don't want to risk that. I'm going to add this to oh my God, the spice that's coming off of this. Anywho, I'm gonna add this to my little Ninja very carefully. By the way, Cody sneezed a few times. Like, that's how potent this little bit of hot sauce is. The devil's hot sauce. And I'm just gonna get all the juices in there. Once you have all your hot sauce in your little blender, I'm gonna go ahead and add a 1/4 cup of white vinegar. I'm gonna put the lid on so it doesn't spill. Let's just start there. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up and then I will be back to blend that. Actually, I lied. There is one more ingredient, and that is just a handful of fresh parsley. We're just gonna throw that in there. I'm gonna put the lid back on. Also, I realized this isn't a Ninja, it is a NutriBullet. Not sponsored. So make sure that is tight. As you can see, we are good to go. My cord is not long enough to do it on the table, so I'm just gonna lock that into place, and I'm gonna blend that and see how the consistency is, if I need water, or see if it's good enough the way it is. So bear with me. I think that's pretty liquidy. Okay. Also, I would just like to state, because I used orange habaneros, I've done it in the past where I've added red and it has like a more vibrant orange color, which makes sense for peach habanero hot sauce. But also I added the parsley to it, so the green added to it. So it doesn't look that appetizing, but it is delicious. Basically, I'm going to add this to a couple of jars and then we'll do TTT, taste test time. Kind of dreading this. I know, I'm just not in the mood for something really spicy. Okay. I just want to clarify, yes, it's green because I added parsley. You don't have to add parsley. I usually never do, but I did some more research on some hot sauces, and like a lot of authentic hot sauces add parsley. So I have so much fresh parsley that like it only made sense to add part of my harvest. It still smells like the same hot sauce I've made for many a years. I am a little nervous because it's probably gonna be super hot. All right, I just got the littlest bit. Also because it's warm, it adds to the heat for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why. My eyes. That's hot. Oh my God, but it tastes so good. There's a little bit left. It's like super fresh. The heat is hot, but it's not like, you know when you eat something hot and it's like, oh, that's like so overpowering, it has no flavor to it. That is a good combination. It's got like a nice little, a little zing at first, and then it dies down because of the sugars from the peach and pineapple. There's like a nice heat coating in my mouth, but it's not like,
Jesus, take the wheel.
you know what I'm saying? Do you want a little dabadoo? Okay. Yeah?
Delicious.
Yeah? You like it?
I do.
Now, with this recipe, you could add more peaches, you could add more pineapple. It's completely up to you. This is just kind of the ratio I figured out in the last few years, I guess. Pre-pandemic, I'm pretty sure. So just for reference, this single recipe made these 3 jars. I have a lot more to make, but I really just wanted to make it so that you have your own personal stash of hot sauce. This is my first harvest of habaneros. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. I might gift some of these, donate. Definitely, I'm going to donate some of these. But I do believe these are good in the fridge for a few weeks. I mean, we've had it in the fridge for a few weeks. It doesn't really last in this house because we use it. I'm thrilled with this. And like you said, it's a great balance. I think it's worth making if you're a hot sauce person. I like hot, but I don't like overpowering. So 100,000 on the Scoville scale. Thank you, my little spoons, for lasting this long in the video, and thank you for all your support. I honestly can't wait to see what I'm gonna learn in school, and I'm excited to see how my channel continues to grow in all things farming and cooking. I just wanted to say thank you to my new subscribers. I'm glad that I got to show you the harvested habanero hot sauce that I've been gatekeeping for the last few years from my friends. Now you know, and guess what? You can change it up, you could add anything, you can take anything away. This is just how I do it. Be creative with it. That's how I learned, and that's how I kind of came up with the final of this recipe. And guess what? It already evolved again because I added parsley, and I think that's the beauty of cooking, the evolution in meals. I'm happy with it, Cody's happy with it, and I think we're gonna have a taco night. Huh?
Please.
All right.
Dying for tacos.
Yeah, me too. I love tacos. Anywho, thank you. And you know what? Hot sauce. See ya.